What is happening, everyone? Hurst Quayzar here. I hope this video is finding you happy and healthy. We are back at it again in the garage of Quayzar's Customs, and we're doing Rot2Rad. On our last video, we had this beautiful Mustang GT 500 KR. KR meaning King of the Road. Now, I will say that for the most part, all the votes, even though I'm recording this a little early, the votes coming in are positive, and I'm going to keep it, naturally. However, no one has actually answered the question as to what the angel means on this car. And, well, I guess I'll give it to you right up front. Anyone who's old enough, anyway, would remember an old television series called Charlie's Angels. We're not talking about the movie now. There's like two different movies, I think. We're talking about the original TV series of Charlie's Angels. Farrah Fawcett, the blonde bombshell back in the 70s, drove a white and blue Cobra. I think it was like a Mustang 2 back in that series. All three of the girls had a Mustang. Jacqueline Smith had one. Kate Jackson had another one. So they all had Mustangs, and Farrah Fawcett had the sporty one of the bunch. Of course, she was the sporty one of the group. But Jacqueline Smith, I had to think for Jacqueline Smith, actually. A lot of guys had thing for Kate Jackson, because she was like the smart one of the group, right? She was the nerd one of the group. She was cool too. But yeah, Farrah Fawcett was the blonde bombshell. But yeah, that's what the angel is for. So that, in case you're wondering, that's why I had that. All right. So over here in our project cars list, honestly, I haven't done anything. I stripped a few parts off the 500 here, and put a new battery in it. But other than that, I haven't really done anything, and this poor truck is just kind of sitting over here right now. So yeah, so I haven't done much of anything in the garage. Let me check my inventory. Yep, it is empty. So for the most part, I am keeping my Cobra, my Farrah Fawcett Cobra, and I'm going to send that. Let's see here. We're going to move that into the parking area. There we go. Let's make some room in the garage. Whew, man, there we go. Let's make some room in the garage for our next junkyard build. Now, if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. What we are doing here is we're going to go in a junkyard to find something that looks like this heap of junk right here, and bring it back in here and make it into something that looks rather radical. So let's jump into the junkyard, see what the junkyard gods have for us today. Wow, that did take a little bit to get over here. I felt like I took the long way here. What do we have in our midst? Ooh, we have a nice C1 Corvette over here. A baby blue one at that. That's kind of cool. What's the miles on you? Ooh, 190. Now, if you're new to the channel, I try to find something that's 150,000 miles. It's just mic work. So that's what I try to do. So this looks like it's a Smith. Is it a Smith? Is it a Smith or yeah, it's a Smith X. 185,000. In-game car, or I should say truck, but that's okay. Another Volkswagen bus over here at 138. So we got a custom boxer bus. I don't think we've done one of those. It's 138. There's a Z28. We've done one of those. We're getting down to the, I'm starting to get a lot of redundancy here. We do have the police car here at 107, Dodge Monaco police car. Now that might be interesting to do. Do a nice radical looking, I think I'm like 107, right? 107. What do we have here? 193 turbo, twin turbo. What is the price tag on this? Yeah, okay. So that's pretty high. Then we have another Apache over here. What are you at? 135. So we got a 4x4 Apache. I think our winner chicken dinner is going to be the Dodge Monaco police car. I think I haven't built. Okay, so truth be told, I've only done one of these, honestly, and it was the over in the other movie cars scene. It was the Blues Brothers, right? And I think, yeah, for 107,000 miles, I think we need to take it. So we're going to buy the car. We're going to send it to the garage. Let's go. Yeah, nothing like getting a police car in for your your Rot2Rad series, right? The cops are coming in, they're raiding the place, got a cop car. All right. So that is cool. All right, so we have our winner. All right, so back to the garage we go. Well, if I was a Dodge, I think I'd be a wee bit intimidated right now with the two Fords and the Chevy in here. I mean, come on. All right, this thing has a brown interior. Yikes. All right, so it's got the two-tone and brown interior, so we're probably going to swap that seat out for a brown one. All right, thing is in rough shape indeed. The fenders don't come off the door. Go ahead and take that door off. Go ahead and take that door off, might as well. We have no trunk, taillights. Just strip the body down. Yeah, all right. Yeah, this is in tough shape. Don't like that brown, but that's okay. That's what I'm gonna have to deal with because it is a cop car, black and white and a brown interior. Oh well, it's all good. I guess I don't care. So brown leather. Okay. We get rid of all that crap. All right, and this has got a single carb V8 in it as well. So we skipped over building one the last time. Put it in the old. No, we didn't. We did. Now I'm thinking of something totally different. So I can look to see if we have. Do we have a motor in the warehouse? I might. No, I don't have a motor in the warehouse for that. So that's okay. It is a Dodge, though. Can we build a different Dodge motor for it? We can put a shaker or something in it, but I don't think it would. I don't think it'll line up, right? So I think I'm going to keep the engine that's in it, which the engine is pretty much the same engine that's in this bad boy over here. So I think we're going to do that. We're just going to keep it the way it is. I want the exhaust to line up. So, and that's the problem. Everybody likes the idea of being able to swap the motors out. You know, I do too. But I feel like if you were going to swap the motor, you should only swap it for a same type of motor, so the exhaust fits up every time. Throwing stuff into a car just to throw stuff into it is just kind of ridiculous, in my opinion. You always do have the option to go into the editor and doing it that way, but for those who want just a quick and easy motor swap, sometimes it doesn't work out and it's not as pretty underneath as it should be, but that's okay. That's neither here nor there, and it's what people like. Well, it's been about a week since I've thrown the video out there, and I have things in my life that is still not resolved. You figure. I guess I'm just an impatient mofo because I'm one of those people that need to get. We need to get answers. I'm not getting them. Someone may have to take another avenue. But anyway, it's all good. Things seem like they're going okay. So I'm hanging in there. So how are you guys? I hope everything is going okay for you guys. Looking at daily news of this whole pandemic thing, it's gotten a little out of hand. I think I read there was up to 2,000 deaths per day. That's absolutely crazy. Is it 2,000 deaths or 2,000 infected? I don't remember which one it was. If it was 2,000 deaths, that's like crazy. Anyway, I've been keeping clear of everybody. And yeah, this thing has made me more of a germaphobe than anything else, that's for sure. So I hope you guys are hanging in there, staying safe, and keeping safe. I'll see you guys come back. See you guys over on the Facebook channel. Alright, we've got all the parts we need for that. We are going to jump into the tablet here. Now, we always want to do something radical. So now that I'm thinking about it, right? What am I going to do to make this radical? I don't know. I could think of a few things, but it wouldn't be a cop car, right? So what I think I'm going to do is let me think it through. Let me think it through. Thinking maybe just putting a nice set of wheels on it would probably be the only thing I would do to this. Of course, we're going to put some performance parts in her. Of course, got to do that, and we'll go from there. Engine, fuel, fuel tank. Jump over here to performance boost and get the fuel pump. Alrighty. That's not what I wanted to do. I am so silly. Let's sell off the parts I don't need. There we go. Okay, so I'm thinking I might just put a set of chrome reverse wheels on here because the just the regular wheels, they're kind of bland, but a chrome reverse setup on here might look good. I don't know. Or maybe something a little more donk. We'll have to figure that out. I don't know if I want to go... I don't know what I want to do. I am babbling on because I don't know what I want to do. I'll figure it out here in a few. Right? I always do. So as of this recording, the weather has started to turn. Here for a while, it was nice and warm, and now it's starting to cool off a little bit. And I know I don't think I'm ready for winter. I really don't think I'm ready. I mean, it's nice. It's not got nice crisp air out there, but man, I just don't think I'm ready. And I know, I mean, other places they don't ever get this type of weather in the first place, but hey. I don't know. I think I'm ready for a vacation someplace with sun, sand, and a nice cold drink. I think that's what I'm already ready for that, right? I am ready for that for sure. Work has got me crazy. It's got me running around, and being cooped up in a hotel room for most of the time just kind of drives you nuts. When I'm out traveling, I try to, I do my class thing, and then I get out. I go back to my hotel room and I work from my little desk in my hotel room, and then I go back the next day and do another class or whatever. That's my life. It's been my life for the past month, I guess. It's what I've been doing. All right. Okay, so if I were to put you on, right? Okay. I don't have much room to go out. But man, I got a lot of room on the inside. I wish I could go negative ET on these wheels. Yeah, I can't go much wider than that. It's a 205.75. 15, huh? It's always a quandary. I'm gonna go with these. I want something black and silver, so I think I'm gonna go with something. I think I'm gonna go with those. Let's go with a pair of 16s, and I'm gonna go with the set of tires. 216. It was a 205. We'll go with a 235 with a 55 profile. Let's try that. I don't know how that's gonna work out. I've got a lot of space, but I don't know if I'm going to have enough to. I've got plenty of space underneath there. I could go into the editor and narrow this puppy up if I wanted to, but I don't think I really want to. So let's see what these bad boys are going to look like underneath here. And this car's in bad shape. This car has seen many a car chase. Okay, so how far is that bad boy sticking out? Hey, not too bad. Not too bad. How does it fill the wheel wells there? That one fills out just a little bit more than this one. So I might be okay with that. Did I get the other one? Yeah. So let me try this on for size. Okay, so a little bit different of a cop car. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't balance it. That's what the deal is. I thought I balanced it. Okay, so a little bit different. A little bit wider on the back, a little bit taller of a tire. Probably could have gone a little bit bigger with the tire. Hate to go too much wider because I don't know what that's going to cause. I may do that later. Let me see how this turns out. Look across the room. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. All right, up on the lift you go. I could just that's probably about as wide as I can go with that, so I'm just gonna keep it with that. Oh well. I was following. If anyone does follow the Hot Rod Pro Tour, I think it's the Hot Rod Pro Tour. It's Hot Rod Magazine actually does a route, that crosses several states, and it's basically a tour. You start off in one state and you end up in another state, right? And it's all these hot rods that make this tour. There is a guy that I was following on Facebook that was building, or had built a cop car, much similar to this. The rear end was real high in the air. It got a large rake on it. It was a Dodge, I do believe. Don't know if it was a Monaco or not, but it was a Dodge, and it was actually featured at Summit Racing out there in. Oh, where am I at? Is that outside of Cleveland or is that outside of Akron? Don't remember. I think it was outside of. I think it's outside of Cleveland, where Summit Racing is. I think that was where it was. It was there, and it was on their turntable. And I guess they have a turntable there. I was seeing it on Facebook, so it was out there. This guy has built a lowrider, a Dodge dually, an old Dodge pickup dually. This thing is freaking radical. It's the cop car hauler. He's called it something, but I don't remember what it was. But this thing was simply radical. I was watching the build as they were building it, and he was getting it all set up and ready for the next Hot Rod Pro Tour. So if you happen to, if you're interested, search the net for that. It's out there. It's a pretty cool car, actually. I like it. They did a pretty good job of it. I wish I had the time and money and the skill that this guy did, because I don't know what I would. It's almost, I don't know what I would do with myself if I had that much money and that much time and skill. I would have, my house would be nothing but garages. My house would be nothing but garages, and the loft would be my living area. That way, when I got up in the morning, I can lean over the balcony and look at all my cars in the garage. That would be, it would be, oh, hang on. Yeah, so it'd be like this place, right? So up here, I would be like, okay, kitchen area or something, get up in the morning. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, look at all my beautiful cars. It's like, let's sit here and play a little PlayStation for a little bit, jam to a little music and watch a movie. Come down here. Hello, cars. How you doing? Yeah, I would be a mess. I would be an absolute mess if it came to that. That's for sure. All right, yeah. I don't think I would be married, though, to be honest, because I don't think any wife would deal with my stupidity with that. It would be crazy. I have a great wife now, but I still don't think she would let me have all these cars in the garage. Unless she got really mad at me, then she'd send me to the garage, right? I'd be in the doghouse. But yeah, if I had that much money and it's that skill and that space, man, it would be. I think I'd go nuts. I think it would really go nuts. I really do. I really do. You know, even thinking about it, I'm like, man, you know, what would I buy? What would I build? God, I don't know. It would just be one of everything, pretty much. Just one of everything. Let me have it, one of everything. All right. So the front end appears to be in super bad shape, but that's okay. We have the technology. We can rebuild it, right? Do you know what that's from? It's an older series too. It came out probably about the same time as Charlie's Angels. So if you know where that came from. Steering knuckle C, front sway bar B. Right, inner tie rods, inners and outers. Rubber baby buggy bumpers. There we go. Sway bar link B. Upper suspension arm. Oh yeah. 2 bearings, 2 caps. There we go. Let's build this up. Alright, so for the front wheels, I think we're gonna go with the 16 on the front as well. We'll go with the 16. Oh, did I pass it? Yes, I did. 2 of these for 16. And up front, we are going to do I'm going to do 2 of those, 16. We'll probably go with the 205 up front with a 55 profile. We're going to go with the smaller profile. Larger wheel, smaller profile. So we'll see how that plays out for the front end. Alright, let's jump in here and sell off all of our old parts. There we go. Now I don't know if any cop car anywhere that would have these tires on it, because I mean, honestly, take a look at this. In a high-speed pursuit, when you're chasing after somebody, I don't think I would want to rely, put my life on the line with these aluminum wheels. I would need something beefy and steel, something strong, because I'm flying down the highway. God only knows how fast, and I need some substantial wheel meat underneath me to make sure it's not going to break. And these things look like they would break on the first turn, 90-degree turn that I'd have to drift around to catch some bandit. It's good to be back in the garage, though. I don't mind being on the road, because at night this is what I do. I sit here and I game. I stay out of trouble. I don't do anything. This is my hobby, basically, and I like doing it. As long as my laptop keeps up, it's okay. I'll be all right. I will cry the day I have to change my laptop, only because it's always a pain, because you have to change all the software over. And sometimes the software just becomes too old and is not compatible with your new machine. Much like my machine right now, I'm running the Windows Movie Maker on here for most of my videos. Now, when it comes time that I have to say goodbye to this machine, I'm probably going to have to find a different software for movie editing, which means I have to learn a process all over again. And honestly, I hate learning a new process. I mean, I used to be happy about it, to be honest with you. I'd love to be able to learn about it. I taught myself how to do a website back in the old HTML days, right? How to make it bold, how to make tables, all that good garbage, right? I loved it. It was entertaining to me. I was able to understand it and I kept up with it. When they started going with cascading style sheets and some of the other stuff that they had going on, honestly, I got lost. I got lost. So I kind of got left behind in that whole aspect of it. But it's alright. I had built a couple of sites. If you remember Angel Fire, you remember Angel Fire? What was the other one? Tripod, I think it was. I want to say Tripod, but I don't. That doesn't. Homestead. I think Homestead was another one. But yeah, I built websites on those sites. As a matter of fact, on my Angel Fire site, my Angel Fire site is still out there somewhere. I came across it. I only came across it because I happened to come across Monster Truck Madness, a Monster Truck Madness site. The Monster Truck Madness site has some of my trucks that I had made. People had made all these bin files, and all I did was take the bin files and put them together. So that's how I made a truck, right? That's all that was. So, of my trucks, it was a link to the site, and the site was my. Well, that laid out pretty even. I was hoping it was gonna draw down a little bit. I could probably go a little meatier on the back. I could think, and those could actually go up front. I would think. Alright, let's do this. These are 16s, right? What was the size of this? Check the sizing. It's a 235/55. 235/55. So let's go with a 235, right? So let's go to a 255/50. 255/50. Yeah. 255/50, and we'll go ahead and pick another set of these in 16s. Oops, I hit the wrong button. Yep. And let's see if these bad boys stick out a little bit farther. I want a little bit of meat on the back of this bad boy, and I may put the back tires on the front. So that's a whole lot of space in there. Wouldn't you agree? So we'll go ahead and balance this bad boy up. We'll go ahead and might as well go ahead and mount this puppy up, and we'll take this tire off. Go ahead and put this other tire on. We're going with the 205. Nope, we're going to go with the 235 up front. $235 up front. It looks a little bigger, so maybe that'll be all right. $255.50. All right, so how does that look? For some reason, the front tire looks bigger than the back tire. Did I put the 255 on there, right? Maybe I should have went with a 55 tire. Let's see, 255.50, that's a 205.55. I really thought. Okay, hang on. Let's see what a 255 looks from the rear. It doesn't stick out too bad. All right, so what we are going to do. Go ahead and dump these out. Let's get rid of the 255s here. And I'm going to make up a new set. We are going to go to 16. Give me 2 at 16. We're going to stick with the 255. Matter of fact, we'll go with the 265. We're going to pick that at 55 profile. Yes, sir. Go to the 55. We bumped it up one. We bumped it up and then made it a little bit wider. Made it a little more beefier. Let's see how this is going. It looks like a whole lot of tire on there. Maybe I should have stuck with a 50. Oh my goodness. Jeez. Thought I had a good estimate of what was going on here. Maybe I screwed this up. Alright, fingers crossed. Okay. I guess we'll go with that. 265. How's that look off the back? Not too bad. Alright, so we're gonna stick with that. I think I'm gonna stop playing around with these wheels and tires and just stick with what I got here. And we're going to stick with the 265. Take these off. Rotate tires around, put the backs on the fronts. New meats in the back. This is going to be the 235. Yep. Alrighty, let's get rid of this stuff before and we'll get rid of the gearbox because we're not going to use it. Alright, let's see what this looks like. Let's bring it down. Break it down. Okay. A little bit of a stance to it. I did see the front end go down a little bit lower than the rear end. So that I'm pretty happy with that. Alright. Time to yank the motor. Let's go ahead and pull the motor out. Motor's in bad shape. What do we got in here? Don't have a whole lot of anything here, do we? Man, all we have is we don't have any breakage. It's just the radiator, huh? Alright, so we'll go ahead and just stick that in there then. Yeah, we don't have a brake cylinder or anything, so that's interesting. I may have to add on to that. May have to add on to that, and that radiator looks really dinky in there. We have to do something with that too. Alright, Gollywog. So this is a Gollywog Dodge Monaco. In case I forgot to tell you. This is a Gollywog special right here. Alright, let's go ahead and build up the interior. Alright, so the interior here, this seat needs to come out. So we got, what kind of a front bench is that anyway? It's a Bowen front bench. I don't know if we have a brown Bowen. That's a Bowen front bench right there. I don't think we have a brown front seat, to be honest with you. That kind of sucks. We have brown back seats but don't have brown front seats? Really? We have buckets. Oh man. We don't have a brown, like we got like these. I don't know if any of these would fit in there. It probably has to be the Bowen. I'd love to be able to put that in there. Let's grab a Bowen just in case. See, there's so many things that we could have done with this game. We could have added, you know, different colored interiors. That would be awesome, right? Yep, it's the front Bowen. That's the only one it'll take. Dang, I would have loved to have put a brown seat up front. That kind sucks. I mean, I always have the editor. I can always go into the editor and change that up. Which I just might do that. I might do that. Go ahead and put the Bowen steering wheel in there too. Might as well. Get out of there. Oops, I'm going to have to go to the other side. So, I mean, you got to admit, the brown interior on the police car is really kind of hideous, to be honest with you. But if I could have a brown, if this was brown, I think it'd look a lot better. Oh well. I guess it is what it is. That's alright. That's what we get when we pull this stuff out of the junkyard. We never know what we're going to get. We just start building it and try to hope for the best. You know what I mean? So let's go. Monaco. And we need a little bit of everything. Police. Yeah. Tinted, 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 tinted. Yes. Police option 3. Police option. What do I want on here? I like the old. I like the old style of that. That is like pretty cool. Police front bumper. Yeah. Brown leather. Yeah. Brown leather. Yeah. Regular hood on it. Donegal hood. Left headlight. Stock mirror. Stock tail light. Stock bumper. Brown leather interior. Brown leather interior. Stock headlight, rear window, stock tail light, stock trunk. Now I could actually go with a few of these different bad boy pieces, but I don't want to get too crazy with it. So brown leather, brown leather. I am going to have the tinted windows in here, so that's going to look cool. Oh, the rear is not tinted. That's kind of a bummer. So what I may have to do is go with the regular stock windows on this, because that looks kind of silly with the stock windows, but no. You know, there's... Yeah, I'm going to have to go with the stock windows, I think. Did I already put that in? Okay, so the body should be 100%, right? Or close to it, 85%. What do we got here? Mirror and plates. Mirror. Just stock. Yeah, I'm going to have to... Let's see what we got here. Do we have a police rear tinted? No. So... Going to have to go. I'll have to go with the stock windows because honestly, it looks kind of silly. Looks kind of silly otherwise. So we're just going to go with the stock windows. And I would just change out the front and the back. Well, I would change out the back to a tinted window. But honestly, I like the lights in there. So I'm going to keep that as such. And we are going to, let's go ahead and drag some plates. Have anything that looks like it's, let's see, what's a good plate? Maybe I'll just go with the Ohio plates. The Popo. The Popo. How's that? It's the Popo. It's the Popo. It's the Popo in Ohio. We have done it all. Now we've got to get the motor done. Right? So what motor was this? This is the twin carb bad boy, right? Yeah. Alright, so we are going to go over here. We're going to build our motor and highlight down here and get the twin carb overhead V8 motor. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where we always have me cursing up a storm underneath my breath, thinking that I've got all the engine parts and I always miss one. So this is the fun part of the video right here. And I'm not even, I keep forgetting what I need here. Alright, here we go. Camshaft. Camshaft we can get out of the parts shop. Carbs we're going to get over the performance shop as well. Clip B, need 2 of those bad boys because we're going to need them for the distributor cap. Crankshaft, we need the crankshaft. V8, overhead cam. Blah, 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 blah. Right there. 3 of these. Crankshaft, pulley. The heads we're going to get from the performance shop. The engine block we do need. It all starts with the engine block. Valve covers, it takes these types of valve covers. Oop, I missed Bravo right there. Exhaust manifolds, we get them from the performance shop. Fuel filter, performance shop. Don't need any of these pulleys. Coil we get from the performance shop, distributor and all those goodies in the performance shop along with all the wires. The twin carb intake is in the performance shop. Now the single carb is not, but the twin carb is. So that's where we're going to go and get that bad boy. As we scroll down through here, we will need an oil filter along with the oil pan. Piston rings. We'll get the pistons from the shop along with the power steering pump. We do need a fan. So we need the overhead valve fan. Rocker arms. Of course, when we build these engines, we need 16 of these. 2 per cylinder. Rod caps, 8. Those. I'm going to get this in the shop. We'll get the covers here. For the belts, we should have 2 belts here. Belt A and belt B. Spark plugs from the shop. Starter, we'll go ahead and grab that while we're here. Timing chain. Timing chain cover. There we go. Push rods. Again, with 16 rockers, we need 16 push rods. Water pump pulley, and that's it for there. So now we're going to jump over to the performance shop, and we are going to pick up the alternator, camshaft, 2 carburetors, 2 heads. Let's get a set of heads here. Got those. Exhaust manifolds. 2 of those. A fuel filter. Definitely gonna need that. Coil. Distributor. Distributor cap and rotor. Along with the wires. Twin carb intake. Pistons times 8. Power steering. Filter. Spark plugs. And I believe that will about do it. No, because we always forget this stuff right here. I'm going to bounce back over here, go into the gearbox, and get the bearing. Okay. We should have all the parts to make our popo go. Clear out that list. Yeah, there we go. And here we go. Let's see how far we can get with this thing without screwing up. The engine always seems to be the longest part, especially when you start getting into some of the more complicated engines. The V12 can get really crazy sometimes. I don't do them often enough. These V8s are probably the ones I do the most often because they're in the muscle cars. The overhead valves and just the regular straight up V8s that look like the LS motors, the GM LS motors. I do a lot of those as well. So, you know, those are easy to do for me just because I've done a lot of them, and I definitely get what you call it, muscle memory. I definitely know which parts to get for those. Now, I do still screw up from time to time, so trust me. I'm only human. And the fan, look at that. The whole front end of the motor is built in no time. Now let's go back to the back end, get all these pieces set up. Now, you know, one thing that really bothered me about putting these motors together, right? If you were actually doing this in real life, and your timing cover is right here, right? It's more prevalent. You see it better with the orange engines, the orange colored engines that look like the Pontiac engines or a GM orange engine. The timing cover actually should go on before you put on the the oil pan cover. And the reason being is because this timing cover right through here has a seal on it, right? And once it has a seal, then your oil pan goes over it and it creates that seal to keep all the oil in the inside. So it's always been my thought that they should have put that in here as a thing that you have to put the timing chain on before you put the oil pan on. It would make for an interesting aspect of the game. I mean, you can actually take the timing cover off and then put it back on, but honestly, if you want to do it right and get a good seal on it, you take the oil pan off. You drop the oil pan, you take the timing cover off, and then you put the timing cover on and then put the oil pan back on. Okay, seal up all your gaskets. That's the best way to do it. And then voila. So you see how this covers the oil pan or the timing cover, right? Well, I don't know if this one does or not. It doesn't really show it. Anyway, trust me when I say there is a seal there, and it's to keep the oil in the pan. Otherwise, it'd splash out in front. So that'd be really ridiculous. And working on this side of the engine always gets really shiny. Especially with all these chrome parts on it, it gets to be a little blinding. Maybe I need to turn down some of these lights. I get in a little closer to get my cursor on these things because it's a little farther away. Plus, I've got old eyes. Man, my eyes are going bad. Definitely may have to get them checked here one of these days. So I'm definitely going to be blind as a bat. There we go. Everything's all buttoned up. Now let's go do the other side. I'm getting used to these. The smaller pieces, the rockers and the rods, are always a pain in my side. I always thought it was just a pain in the balls to do those, but I've kind of gotten used to them, so. That nice shiny intake, I love that. I love that nice shiny intake. There we go. These rockers on. Get some oil in this bad boy. Usually when you put these in, you want to lube everything up because, well, you know, you don't want to start up a dry engine. So everything should be pretty well lubed up before you do anything. More times than not, you may have like an electric oil pump in there to pump some of the oil through the system before you do a cold start. That's always a good idea to do that. That way when you start the engine, you're not going metal to metal. Something completely dry like that. If you have the capability of doing that, I would highly suggest it. These look like holly carbs. Holly carbs are, I don't know. Hollies are, I don't know if they are. I don't know if they're hollies or Carters. Alright. You are done, my friend. Oh, I can't just put it in there. What the heck am I thinking? Didn't go in there sideways, did it? That would be interesting. Ooh, that is so pretty on the inside of there. That just looks gorgeous. The red in the engine and the red of the what do we call these globes up here? Cherry picker, the cherries on top, right? All right, now we gotta get let's get the transmission taken care of, an exhaust system. That power boost shop for the exhaust. I don't remember what we got from underneath here. That's gonna have to be, let me check that out. It's different than what I remember, so definitely going to have to check this out before I go purchasing a whole lot of items I'm not going to be able to use. Alright, drive shaft. I like how you can see the shotgun through the bottom of the radio dispatch. Okay, so middle muffler, regular, those. Oh, it's just remote. Okay, so I thought it was something totally different, so hey, I'm good. Front exhaust pipe, I think 2 of those will work. Yes. 2 middles and 2 rears. And I think we are golden. Oh, nope, there's C's. I thought as much. I thought there was. Thought it was just too good to be true. So let's jump back in here. Go to the regular ones, exhaust. We need a couple of C's. There we go. Too bad, so sad. I'd love to have gotten a few more extra horsepower out of this bad boy. Alright. Gonna drop her down. Alright, she looks good. Let's send her over to the paint shop. Let's see what we can, let's get this livery back on it. Livery. That is the old Bruise Brothers livery. And that's just the, isn't it both those Chicago police? No. To protect and serve. think I'm going to go with that one, but I'm going to take the back doors off and paint them white as well. So, yeah. Mount Prospect. Alright, let's move you out to the doorway here. And I want to paint the rear doors as well. So we're going to take those off. I'm surprised the livery doesn't cover both those. And maybe I'm extremely stupid, maybe I'm wrong, but I'm thinking the doors need to be white. Okay, paint. Oh, maybe I painted the wrong one. I painted the same one twice. How about that? All right. See if this matches up pretty good. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. Oh, I put the tinted window in there. There we go. Now we should be 100% across the board. Yes, we are. If we were to sell it, what do we got? At 170K for a police car. That's not too shabby. All right, so I've got both the doors painted. Nice little black and white special with some red cherries on top. Let's take her into the dyno and see what she's got. Now that we've got the paint job the way we want it. All right, runner up. .330 to a 640 horsepower. We almost we almost doubled. It would have been 660. Almost doubled the horsepower. That is actually pretty darn good. Well, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. From Rot2Rad, we have ourselves a nice police car in our midst. Not too radical at all, but we did do a few things to it. We definitely gave it a bigger set of meats on the back. Got a nice police livery on it. Painted all the doors, and we should be good to go. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, please consider subscribing down below. I would love to have you as one of my fans. Until next time, I hope you have, or I should say, I hope you stay healthy, stay happy out there, and things will get better, things will look up. No lie. Until next time, this is Hurst Quayzar saying goodnight, and I'm out.